Hello, my loves. I am recording in the dining room today. So if you're watching the video and you notice a different scene, that's what's going on. I have Starlink, and for whatever reason, it decided to stop working very well upstairs. I've even moved my thing, and I don't know. It's pretty annoying, but whatever. So I'm making do and working from the kitchen table. There was a meme that I saw the other day that said, my house either looks like company's coming over or there appears to have been a struggle. And right now, there appears to have been a struggle in my house. There is toys everywhere and it's just chaos, but whatever, it's fine because all of that does not matter at the end of the day. How clean your house is does not matter at the end of the day. I used to be super worried about stuff like that. Super worried about my house being super clean every time someone came over and looking a certain way. I wanted to, I never would have wore this shirt, let alone been on camera 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it is. No, yeah, even 5 years ago, I would have had a hard time with this. So it's interesting how much growth you can have in a very short period of time. Um, and what I want to talk about today is blueprint. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, hopefully, you've been seeing my posts about it because October 1st, I'm starting a month-long program where you will receive blueprint in the physical form. This was my first prototype, and I just updated all the pages yesterday. I finished doing that, but here's a little glimpse. It's very pretty. With my graphic design and interior design background, I have to make things pretty, right? Like, that was one of my things that I used to say all the time. I just wanna make things pretty, okay? And then so those were the weekly pages, and then I've got my moon reflection pages where each moon phase, so each week has a different moon phase. I give you some journal prompts and kind of a little summary of the energy of the particular moon phase, which also correlates to your menstrual phase. So it's all about hopefully you can't see the holes in my shirt. This is a super old shirt. Not super old, 4 years old, but yeah, it's my favorite because it's, like, all worn in, and I love long sleeve tees, and it's my favorite color, and it's from Colorado, where me and Emma had our just most amazing trip. We went out to Red Rocks, and so it's just all of the things. It makes me super happy, and I wear it all the time, and I shouldn't because of the holes. I don't care. Um, Anywho, so Blueprint is what I've been promoting in the last few weeks. And with Blueprint, you not only get a planner, it's not about the planner. It's really about this is the blueprint for a life that you are in love with, a life that you feel like you've designed. That's the whole basis of my work is I want to help other women feel like the life that they're living is one that they are intentionally living, not something that's just happening to them, not something that looks good on paper and, you know, the good wife would do this, the good mother would do that. It's what do I want to do? What is going to fill me up? How am I living in alignment with my true self? How am I in integrity with myself and who I say I am and who I say I want to be and doing the things that I want to do? Or am I sabotaging myself and living for others every day? Especially as women, we sacrifice a lot. And I'm not saying you should dump off your kids and be selfish. It's about filling your cup first so that you can be fully present with the people you love the most, so that you can have fulfilling relationships, have a juicy life that fills you up in every aspect. So, relationships, health, money, career, friendships, all of those things. How you do one thing is how you do everything. As above, so below. If you are not happy inside, you are not going to create a world on the outside that is happy. Does that make sense? So I'm not selling a planner. It's not it's not something more for you to do. It's not something for you to keep track of your appointments in. It's not something to make you more productive. I am so passionate about this because how when I learned these principles, the framework that I have incorporated into this blueprint, it changed my life. It continues to change my life. It continues to help me be more present. It is a tool for raising and maintaining my vibration, my frequency, my energy, so that when shit happens, when shit hits the fan, when things, life is lifey, you don't fall apart and spiral for a month. Things are still going to happen. Trust me, I've been through a whole hell of a lot of it, especially in the last 2 years. And without these principles, without this framework, these practices, I would be a totally different dude. I don't even know how I would have managed to get through it. And even the phrase get through it, like I feel like a lot of people, a lot of women are just getting through the day, getting through their week. And that breaks my heart because that's not living. That's not living in alignment. That's not living in purpose. That is empty. That is sad. And it's shit like that that's leading to a world that we're living right now. You all know what I'm talking about. The stuff that you see on the news every day. That's disconnection from God. God, whether you want to call it God, universe, the divine, spirit, it's all love. It's all the same thing. You can choose your word. My word is God. It's all the same thing. When you're disconnected from God, you don't show up the same way. You celebrate when someone gets murdered. That is disconnection from God. And that is not a world I want to live in. I do not want to live in a world where my kids say things like, school shootings could happen to us. No, I don't accept that. And it starts with our home, in our homes, one person at a time. When we are grounded and present and living from our truth, from our wholeness, from our love, our connection to God, it is felt, it is passed to our children. Separation is a lie and it needs to fucking stop. We are all one. We are all one. We are all connected. And treating each other as if you are separate from me and your views are not valid, and so I must take you out, is separation. And must take you out can mean just simply cutting you out of my life. There's too many families that have different political views, and so they no longer speak. What is that? What is that? Do you think at the end of your life you are going to be proud of yourself for choosing your fucking political view over your family? No. So what's the thing that can get us through? What's the thing that can help us heal our families, our country, our world? Love, God, the divine source, all the same. Seeing each other through a lens of compassion and love. That's what's going to help. That's what's going to change. That's what we need more of. You know what else we need more of? This is called Calm Your Tits by my beautiful friend Jenna. Got a little bit of a wild sprayer, so I got to hold it over here. This, I'm rubbing it on my chest if you're not watching the video. And my neck is, I don't know, probably going to cure cancer. So delicious. And she gave it to me a few weeks ago for my birthday. I started using it. Honestly, and I say this in our other podcast, Jenna and I do a podcast called Listen In because you basically listen in on our conversation. And I talked about it then, but this is, I thought it stunk at first. And what's interesting, the other night when I tried it for the first time, I'm like, well, whatever. It's not my smell. I am totally in love with In Bloom, her other oil, just to wear like as a fragrance, and it's just my smell, right? This I didn't like the smell of, but I put it on. And I'm like, wow, that felt a little like I'm being cracked open. Like the motion of rubbing it into your heart and with the intention of opening your heart and releasing and taking some deep cleansing breaths and the intention of healing that Jenna puts into every little tiny, tiny bottle and the carefully selected ingredients that she uses in combination with her intention. It's a breast oil. It's for you to rub into your lymph nodes and your breasts um to heal whatever block you have on your heart. Doesn't that sound like something the world needs right now? Yeah. So I've been using it quite often, and it's really helping me open up and process and breathe, and I just feel like my heart is cracking open. This wasn't intended to sound like an infomercial or anything, but anything that can bring you into the present moment, anything that can bring you a level of peace, I'm all about it. And so when I find something that works for me, I'm sharing it. Just like my blueprint. So I'm not asking you to buy another planner, to write down all of your meetings every day. We have fucking calendars in our phone for that shit. This is more than that. This is about healing one home at a time, one mother at a time, one child at a time. I know because it's working for me. And with your purchase, you not only get the physical planner, you'll get weekly Zoom calls where we integrate, where I teach you the why behind the practice. It's not just a a piece of paper and here you go, good luck. I put that offer out there and that just did not feel good to me because it's my baby. I've been working on this thing for 2 or 3 years. I have countless hours of research and coaching that I've paid for and invested in. And I've taken the lessons that I've learned from there and implemented them into this relatively small book, relatively simple practice to help you, to help me, to help us. So, yeah, I created it for the women who are exhausted to the bone, exhausted mentally, trying to figure it out, what it is that feels so empty, what it is that will give them more purpose, more inspiration, more connectedness and presence. I created it for the women who are ready to set down hustle, who are ready to set down fear, who are ready to release anxiety and stress and move from a place of calm and live from flow, allowing love to flow in and through. So if you're sick of feeling stuck, if you're sick of feeling overwhelmed, if you are sick of feeling lost, or maybe you're just so tired of worrying about all the shit that's going on out there, you might just be my people. You might just be a soul sister. And I'd love to have you in on the conversations that we're going to have each week. You don't have to be present on camera. You don't have to raise your hand. You don't have to speak or share. You'll get what you need just by being there. It's so interesting. Jen and I are talking about this morning. I've been in a coaching program of some sort for the past 5 years, steady. There's not been a time where I'm not in some sort of program. And it's completely changed my life. I've spent lots and lots of money and I have no regrets. The investment I've made in myself, for my family, not only my kids, but my mother and my grandmother and my siblings. I would do it all over again and pay 10 times, 10 times the amount of money that I paid. I lost my train of thought there. Um, yeah. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. If you are curious, you can go to my website, designthelifeyoulovelynz.com, and scroll down to Blueprint and click there. That'll take you to the web page with all the information, what you can expect, and a place for you to enroll. We start October 1st. This is something I plan on doing every month. It's going to obviously evolve each month, and I don't know how much the price point's going to change. I do know as I add, It's probably yeah, I don't know. I can't make any promises, but I know there's a lot more that I wanna do, but this is the foundation. This is the blueprint. Think of building a house. You wouldn't just start building a house, right? You need a plan. You need a blueprint. You need to know where you're going. You wouldn't venture out into the woods without a compass. This is your compass. This is your blueprint. This is where you start. And there's limitless possibilities from here. And I know that it's going to grow and morph into something so much more as I continue on. I know how much this work is needed. I'm so passionate about it. And if you're still listening, you probably are too. If you are here, that's a sign in itself. One of the things that we are often not very good at is recognizing the signs. And that's something that I want to help you see. I want to help you get in touch with that inner voice, help you get in touch with the signs and signals that you're receiving every day, all day. You just don't realize it. You can move so much more efficiently from this place of clarity and connection. So that's my promise when you enroll. And if you're curious and you want to talk through it more, you can send me a message. I'm not going to answer right away probably because I have a baby and that's all I need to say, right? Life is life is busy in the best way. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you guys. I love you and I hope this resonates. And get yourself some of this, okay? Oh, it smells so fucking good. It smells good to me now. Isn't that funny? Told you it didn't smell good to me right away. But that's a sign that you need it. You should hear me and Jenna talk about it on on our podcast. That's as a reminder. That's called "Listen In" with Lynz and Jenna. I will put a link to that in the show notes too, because we have very interesting conversations. Her and I talk. I don't know how many times a day, for hours a day, and um, I find our conversations very not only funny but insightful and healing and transformative. And I know you guys do too, based on some of the messages we've heard. Um, so yeah, I'll leave you with that. I love you. Have a great day.